Did you know that you live by a little invisible rule book? You don't even know that you have it, but you do. All of us do.
You have felt my rule book? Is that what it is? Yeah. You don't realize it, especially in marriage. When you get married, you don't realize you had rules about what a great marriage looks like until you're married, and your spouse begins to break all your rules. And you're like, we don't do that in a great marriage. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly. And we sometimes call these your personal 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Not because they have anything to do with morals or ethics or anything like that. It's just because it sometimes feels like they're chiseled in stone.
Yes, we deeply feel these things. You know, it's almost like they're irrevocable, and they could be about anything. I mean, how you celebrate Christmas, I know that's a big one for me, because you happen to not understand how important my family's Christmas Eve breakfast was, and you slept in instead of coming. I was devastated.
I know. That was such a devastating thing. I don't know how you ever got over that, but it's true, because those are the kinds of things you hold dear, and you get married to somebody that doesn't see it the same way, and you feel like, man, do they even love me? If they love me, they'd understand how important this is. What are some other examples of unspoken rules?
Well, your mom apparently was a marvelous navigator, always did the maps in your family. Never crossed my mind to do that. My dad was the one that did that. Every time we're in the car together, I feel the irritation radiating, because you really were programmed that you would feel loved if I was a great navigator.
Right, exactly.
You really were.
I grew up, Mom always navigating the trip and helping Dad out and all that. I thought that's what a loving wife would do.
Yes.
It never occurred to Leslie to do that, because your mom didn't do that, right?
Never occurs to Leslie. And the power of these, they seem like such little things. The power is we were hardwired to feel loved when we saw those certain behaviors, like opening the car doors, you know.
Yeah, Leslie's dad would always open up the car door for her mom and for you. Even like going to the grocery store for a quick errand or something, and they'd just sit there, and he'd come around to the other side and open up their door. I never saw that model. My dad never did. He said that's why we got power locks. Why would we waste our time to do that, you know? And so it was just that experience of going. In fact, I remember on our first or second date, I was like halfway to the restaurant, and you're still sitting in the car. I'm going, come on, you know?
I'm waiting for the love.
You're still waiting for it, right? After 22 years of marriage.
And that's the power of these little rules. It doesn't really mean our spouse doesn't love us, but it means that we were really programmed to be expecting that, and our expectations aren't matched.
Yeah, this is such an important thing to understand in your marriage, especially if you're just starting out. You know, we often tell newlyweds, choose your ruts carefully, because you're going to be in them for a long time, right? But all of us, no matter how long we've been married, can kind of carve new grooves into our relationship by fresh understanding.
Well, and it really helps to understand this, because, you know, it gives you a sense of humor, a little objectivity, and a little grace for each other.
Yeah. So our book, Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts, we refer to that as SYMBIS, S-Y-M-B-I-S, Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts, has just been updated and revised. We're excited to have this, and this is one of the very first things we address in that book is these unspoken rules. It's one of the big myths of marriage. And you can find that and more information about this at our website, realrelationships.com.